welcome along everyone to FIFA main event, where today DullenMike takes on XL Tom, brought to you by PlayStation Tournaments. Welcome to another edition of FIFA main event, and welcome along once again Ryan Pessoa. Ryan, what a matchup we have today. DullenMike, XL Tom, both heavyweights in the FIFA esports community. We've seen what they've done over the years, and now it's time for them to go head to head.
Yes, Kyle, delighted to be alongside you again. As you said, heavyweights in the scene, both champions, both have performed consistently over the years since they started. So it'll be an interesting matchup.
Now, it feels like every time we have players of this caliber, they try and suss each other out, but they haven't got two legs to do that on FIFA main event, Ryan. They have to hit the ground running. How difficult can that be?
I always find just one-off games very difficult because, as you said, you have in a normal format, you have the first or second leg to try and get into the game a little bit more. But as you say, you have to hit the ground running. You have to start as you mean to go on. And that's what both of these players will be planning to do. As we look at the squads they're using as well, Kyle, slight differentials. Mainly you see the likes of R9, Ronaldo, Hullet. You've got Pele, Marquinhos. They always feature in every squad. But in Tom's team, I think we're seeing Maradona there as well, which is a unique choice.
Very unique indeed. It is DullenMike in the black and orange, and it is Tom on the ball right now with the white and black. He comes forward, puts that ball across, and we're seeing here an early attack from that man, and the one you said, a unique choice indeed. Maradona gets the goal. Ryan Pessoa, talk us through that one.
Speak of the devil as well. Maradona, as you say, worked well there into the box. Quick, snappy passing. And of course, this year, the trademark FIFA 22 goal, looking for the extra pass across goal. And that's what Tom did there. Managed to break through and get that slice of fortune past to the defender that maybe could have intercepted it. But a simple finish there for the likes of Maradona.
Well, DullenMike's looking for an early retaliation. He puts that ball through. Pele tries to find Ronaldo. R9 doesn't quite manage to. XL Tom managing to snuff it out. Bellingham across to Hakimi. Hakimi on the left, it seems. Puts that ball across to Hullet. Back to Bellingham. Loses it out, though, to R9 Ronaldo. Interesting choice there, Ryan. Hakimi on the left.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I wonder why he's done that. We'll be able to speak to him in the second half anyway and ask why he's decided to do that. But a strong start. Interesting choice as well. We always see Jude Bellingham, as I said, speak of the devil, intercepts it there. It just goes to show a testament of how good his card is in FIFA 22. You still got Team of the Year cards in midfield, the likes of Kante, you've got Jorginho, De Bruyne, but Bellingham always seems to make it in a team ahead of those players.
A lot of the pros that I've been speaking to have said that is the best foot item in game, the best midfielder in the game right now. That's why we are seeing it plenty of times. DullenMike still on the hunt for an equalizer. Zidane across to Pele. Can he work a little bit of magic? He's making his way to the box, biding his time. Back to Hullet, back to Zidane, but it is snuffed out once again by XL Tom. He's on the ball with R9 across to Bellingham. He'll look for that pass. Beautiful defending there, though, by DullenMike. Ryan, for anyone that doesn't know DullenMike or XL Tom, how would you sum up their styles of play?
I'd say, for me, with Tom, he's very, very decisive. As I say, he's been playing for a number of years now, all the way back in FIFA 17. In his, I believe it would have been his first event then. He's been performing at the highest level the last couple of years. Oh, it's going to be a penalty as well there. I don't know if that's
going to be a penalty.
A dubious one, but yeah, it's going to go to DullenMike for his chance to equalise.
Let's have a look at this one then. That replay right there. Oh, Ruben Diaz just standing in his way. Pele steps up, takes on Van der Sar. What can DullenMike do there? Puts it across. 1-1. The equaliser is there. Van der Sar close, went the right way, did XL Tom.
Those penalties, you have to take them when they come. Of course, Tom went the right way, but it was perfectly placed from DullenMike right into the bottom corner. But just I was speaking just before the penalty was given about both of these two players. Tom has been ranked #1 throughout the last couple of FIFAs. He's been very, very consistent, along with DullenMike as well. Both of these players, I mentioned at the start, they've won tournaments, they've won huge tournaments in the FIFA Global Series. So they know what it takes to become a champion. They know what it takes to win important games, and this is another one of them.
Definitely. Before remote tournaments. I remember interviewing DullenMike in Bucharest, handing him that trophy, his award for winning one of those FUT Championship Cups right there in Romania. And now he's managed to keep on doing it, managed to keep on ploughing away. And he's definitely, as we said before, a heavyweight on the FIFA scene. And for XL Tom, well, we've known what he's done. Pros talk about him, call him the best PlayStation player in the world. He has been that at times. It'll be interesting to see what he can achieve this season as well. 1-1, 34 in-game minutes gone. Maradona on the ball for XL Tom. He just runs it out a little bit. You can see the grimace on XL Tom's face right there as DullenMike puts that ball across. Ruud Gullit picks it up. Messi to Mbappe. Back to Messi. Looking for that pass, Gullit to Zidane. Ryan, talk to me about Zidane. Not a FUT item I feel like we've seen as much this year with the pros.
No, it's a as I say, another unique choice, but he offers everything, especially going forward. He's very useful at transitioning from defense to attack. He can tackle as well, decent strength as we saw. Like a cancel there from DullenMike into McGeady, cancel a reverse elastical, trying to break through the defense, but Ruud Gullit stands strong. But as you said, Kawis, there's going to be a lot of choices where they're going to be staples in the team. So it's very, very interesting when you don't see someone that's very familiar in a team. But for DullenMike, I'd say this first half, there hasn't been too many chances. We always associate DullenMike with someone as, in my opinion anyway, one of the best attackers in the FIFA scene. So he tries to line up potentially a finesse shot there on the edge of the box. And the ball over the top, or the through ball to Mbappe from Tom there was intercepted. But it's been sort of end-to-end. Neither player has put their foothold on the game. But again, still a little while to go.
Still a little while to go indeed. Hakimi manages to find Gullit, manages to find R9. Sliding tackle there, though, from Hakimi. Picks up that ball, plays it to Messi, but it is half-time right now. 1-1 between DullenMike and XL Tom. Ryan Pessoa, talk us through the stats.
Yes, of course, that's a key component in football and FIFA. And as I said, there's nothing to separate these two players. Very, very even in terms of possession, just slightly edging in Tom's favour. Shots again equal, expected goals basically the same. Passes exactly the same. Now in FIFA 22, passing of course is very, very efficient in breaking through defensive line, especially passes over the defensive line, through balls, lofted passes. We haven't seen too many lobbed passes. It's been, of course, the majority on the ground, but a lot of through balls attempted from XL Tom and DullenMike, 18 in total. But as I said, there's nothing really to separate these two.
Right, well, let's start this second half then. 1-1 between DullenMike and XL Tom. This is my favourite part in FIFA main event, where we get to open up the lines of communication and talk to both of our competitors as they go head to head. We'll try and pick our timings wisely right now, and I think this is the perfect time. Tom, Achraf Hakimi at left back. I've not seen that before.
Yeah, it's an interesting selection there. The reason for it is I find myself attacking with Cancelo down the right-hand side a lot. And I don't like Cancelo off the left. I feel like I need him bombing forward on his right foot. So, yeah, I've gone for Hakimi at left-back today. Just not sure on many of the moments icons, the Roberto Carlos and Ashley Coles of the world. I'm not too sure on using them. So, yeah, swap the fullbacks around today and put Hakimi at left-back. He's not doing too bad so far.
Not doing too bad at all. I would never even thought to have done that. It just shows the difference between the pros and an amateur like me, as Tom defends that attack from DullenMike just there. Gullit across to that Hakimi at left back, manages to find Mbappe, and then to R9 Ronaldo in the middle. One more pass, but it is intercepted. Pele then putting that ball back to Gullit. Once again, intercepted though between the two. Ryan Pessoa, it seems like, a mistake. No, Schmeichel manages to recover. Seems like the battle is definitely happening in the midfield.
Yep, it really is. As you say, it's easy to look at dispossessions, but what both players are doing really, really well is cutting the lines, the through ball options as well. Very, very good, especially in terms of manual interceptions. They're making sure that the opponent doesn't have anywhere to go to progress up the field. Just making sure if there is an open pass, it's backwards, and going forward, they have to make sure that they make the right choices at each moment to break through. As we see another interception there from DullenMike, we'll be hoping that he can make this attack count.
Well, let's speak to DullenMike just now. DullenMike, you're facing off against XL Tom. Some of the FIFA pros, the FIFA world say that he's one of the best PlayStation, if not the best PlayStation player in the world at times. So give us an insight. How are you going to beat him?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't played him that often because he was a PlayStation main player and I was Xbox until like this year. So I don't have that much experience playing against him, but obviously he's a pretty good player, being ranked #1 last year, and I'm just hoping that I can play my game and kind of score an easy goal if he makes an error.
Well, let's see if that error does come. XL Tom coming forward, though, manages to find Pele in that box right there. What can he do? A moment of magic, but a great save just there, pushes it out. XL Tom with a bit of a grimace on his face as he pushes forward. He's got that corner. Cancelo puts it across to Pele, finds Mbappe, back to Hullet, bit of space for Lionel Messi, gets that shot off right there, but it is defended. Ryan, it feels like if there is going to be a winner, it's going to come from an error, like DullenMike said.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think there's a goal coming. They're getting closer and closer there from that chance there from Tom, and maybe I thought R9 could have latched onto that weak headed back to goal. I have a question for you, Tom. Of course, throughout the years, you've been ranked #1 amongst the best players, consistent throughout the years. What would you say has helped in terms of consistency? Would you put it down to just practice, spending a lot of time learning the game? What would you say is one of the key factors in that?
I think the two main things I say with that is hard work. The competition in FIFA Esports is harder every single year. There's so many new players on the scene and so many good players that come through. I think hard work and a mentality, really, just to accept that just because it's a new FIFA doesn't mean you're going to be the best at it. You have to work as hard, if not harder, than everyone else, and always know you can learn. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you think you are, there's always improvements in FIFA. There's always things people are finding out day by day, and just got to have that open mind to be willing to change your play style and adapt as the game continues, like every season.
Yeah.
76 in-game minutes gone. 1-1 between DullenMike and XL Tom as Tom comes forward looking for that vital winner. Mbappe through to Pele looking for that space. R9 manages to get the shot off, but it is deflected once again. DullenMike, I'll come to you very quickly just on this as that ball goes across, finding R9 just here. It's been a long time since Bucharest. It's been a long time since I was interviewing you after that win in the FUT Champions Cup. You've definitely grown up. Over the last 2 years, how do you think that you've improved?
I think I really improved by just maintaining like my playstyle all the game throughout the game and not kind of rushing when I'm like 1 goal behind. That's what I did when I first started out, and I was kind of losing my focus when I was behind by a few goals, and kind of was able to maintain my focus throughout the entire game, and that's definitely helped me a lot.
84 minutes gone in this one. Will it go to extra time and penalties? We will see just here as Tom tries to come forward, tries to find some space, but DullenMike manages to pick that one out. I'm sure he'll be searching for that last attack right now. 4 in-game minutes to go. Zidane across, manages to find Maldini to Cancelo. Taking his time is DullenMike. Ryan, it feels like I ask this question every episode, but that last attack, it is vital that you ensure you get it, isn't it?
It really is. We saw almost there a shot on the edge of the box from Zidane. I thought that was going to go into the corner, but as you speak about the last attack, it's so important to keep possession and just try your best to build up that very last attack. And if you do lose possession, your opponent doesn't have time to retaliate, and it's going to be a goal from DullenMike at the last kick, the last stage of the game, Kyle.
Wow, 2-1 in the final seconds of the game. And that is it right now. Literally the final attack. I can't actually believe it. DullenMike manages to get that last attack, winning that game 2-1. I mean, absolutely incredible. I mean, DullenMike, I've got to come to you straight away. One quick question. How did you manage to pull that one off in the end?
To be honest, it was just a corner, and I kind of got a lucky bounce. And we all know that, like, after the bounces, the defenders are not in their right position. And then I just saw that Pele was completely open in the box, and then I pressed the lofted pass, so the volley, they takes it with a volley because they have a higher chance of going in, and luckily it went in.
I mean, XL Tom, got to come to you after that one. It looked like you were pushing for that winner, and that just proves how cruel FIFA esports can be at times.
Yeah, I thought I was going to score. I was building up some good attacks around his box, but takes that moment of magic from Dullen there. He hits me with the McGeady cancel, then that double A pass to get into the box. So yeah, just the way it is. You create a couple of chances. I thought maybe one of my passes was going to go through and I'd get a clean shot, but yeah, unbelievable bit of skill to win it.
Yeah, very close game between you both. The question towards you, Dullen, how would you say, for you anyway, your preparations going into this season have been? How have you found it so far?
To be honest, I'm not at that level that I wanted to be, because obviously last year I finished first in the leaderboard and obviously was hoping to kind of replicate it this season. But I don't know, maybe it's the play style of the game. It's not really suiting me. Also, the 5-back is not as good as last year. So I think I still have a lot of practice ahead of me.
Yeah, it's sort of similar question to you as well, Tom. There's still a while to go. Yeah, in this season, there's still time to redeem yourself and get back to the levels. How would you say it's gone for you as well?
Yeah, similar question, similar answer for me, Ryan. I think I'm not very happy with the way I've been playing in 1v1. I think as a 2v2, I've had a fairly good season, but yeah, 1v1, I haven't quite hit the levels I want to hit yet. Obviously, the standard was set very, very high last year, being first in Europe for me and Dullen. So anything below that feels like a failure now. But yeah, obviously a few more tournaments to go, and I think the only way I get back to that form is just hard work and constant improvement. Every time I'm playing the game, always looking at ways to improve in, ways I can better myself, and hopefully I'll be trusted for that patience and that hard work later in the season.
Well, there we have it. That's all from us here on FIFA Main Event, presented by PlayStation Tournaments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more EA FIFA esports content.